Da, da, da. Hi, guys. So, where are we? Let's have a look. So my son is here. He's watching something on TV. We're going to the beach for the day. So we've got a day out today. So I want to get this done out of the way early. Surprisingly, two people have done shows last night on Brigitte Kruse. Brigitte Kruse has reached out to Joe Sins at Rare Elvis Photos, maybe other people as well. So it wasn't just us, but which is pretty normal for Brigitte. She does tend to speak to a few people. Right, let me just check your comments quickly. So morning to you. Thank you for joining me. I've got my vest on. The Bob Joyce Jack. I got my vest on. What do you think, mate? Yeah? Bob Joyce Jack doesn't like me wearing a vest. Right. Okay. Guys, I got nothing against Jack, even though his delusional views on Bob Joyce is Elvis are ridiculous. I got nothing against him personally. He's just has ridiculous views on Bob Joyce. Bob Joyce is definitely not Elvis. And he knows it as well. He knows it. Yeah. He likes making a bit of money off it and getting his views, but right. Let me just quickly check your topics. Joe Sins and Shauna. So that was me. I never watch. Yeah, I mean, I never watched Shauna ever, but I did watch Joe's program. My guess is that Shauna was talking about the Rolling Stones article anyway. So have you heard? Let's have a look. Let me just quickly run through your comments. I was listening to the other live. It's clear the power of attorney was only if Priscilla was incapable or incapacitated. Linda, have you watched the Rolling Stone article? Because Linda, I have been reading all your comments. I'm not sure if I still agree with that, because I think it's probably better that we just, because I've read, I don't know if you know, guys, I've posted part 1 and part 2 of the Rolling Stone article, so I've thoroughly read it, and these, you know, I'm trying to say it, guys. The power that Brigitte had was a lot, and she didn't need Priscilla's permission. So yeah, it's a funny one. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to just discuss Joe a little bit, and then we're going to play the video. I do have the 27-minute video. We're not going to play it all. It's too long. Yes. So do you know what? It's a very interesting Rolling Stone article. Very interesting. Very detailed. Said a lot more than I was expecting. Do you know what? The more you read it, the more simpler the case becomes. But what you do, I think, what you do start to understand is that they were both, as Pat said, they both had their hands in the cookie jar, and that stands out more and more and more. It's all about money and what they can both get out of it. The more we're not like that. We're just Elvis fans that love Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. Of course, Gladys Byrne and Benjamin as well. So we see it differently. We don't see it from a business perspective. We just think they're greedy. Brigitte may have done wrongdoing concerning these contracts, power of attorney, all the other stuff. Priscilla was trying to save her ass and make some more money using her name Priscilla. So we see it differently. Yeah. So I wanted to just quickly play a little bit of Joe's take on it. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was actually a little bit surprised with Joe's views on it. Now, I love Joe. I fully praise him. I'm not trying to fall out with him. I'm just saying, I personally think Joe was jumping the gun a bit with Brigitte. It's obvious Joe has been discussed things with her through messaging. They may have even had a phone call. Remember, Brigitte is lovely to talk to. She has a good personality. She's charming, gracious, respectful. But I won't be won over by messages. Yeah, I am going to look at this as actions. Yeah. The bottom line is there was a strong, serious attempt with these contracts to buy Priscilla, but Priscilla will get money. Innit? That's basically what happened here. Brigitte, with her husband, tried to buy Priscilla. Does anyone see that? I think Priscilla was duped a bit. I think Priscilla agreed to many things that she shouldn't have agreed to. Seriously. Including power of attorney. Shouldn't have happened. Also, if Brigitte took money out of the bank, as Priscilla said in the case, it may have been a business account of theirs. I still think it's a step too far. Linda, you are just speculating. It's a step too far. A lot of Linda's comments, I read them all, and I read Nancy's. Nancy sent me loads of comments. We are still speculating. The truth is, if you read the Rolling Stone article, Brigitte was given way too much power. Way too much power, yeah? And Priscilla agreed to give Brigitte way too much power. That is clear to me, yeah? Remember, I'm not on Priscilla's side, yeah? I want to expose Priscilla's all day long. I want to expose Priscilla's wrongdoing big time. I'm no fan of Priscilla. But that whole agreement is very heavily weighed in favour of Brigitte. Brigitte bought Priscilla in those contracts. So I just want to warm this tea up and make this coffee up. It's a bit cold. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Gina, your biscuits there? You want your tea and biscuits? Okay. Okay, let's do it, man. My speculation is really based on Bridget's motive. I admit that, but the power of attorney is only if Priscilla is incapacitated. It was right out of the Rolling Stone article. Just so you know, Linda, I have read that Rolling Stone article 3 times and I've made videos on it, so I really know the ins and outs of it. Yeah. And I don't fully agree with you. But let's, rather than disagree and all that, we're going to play it. I'm not going to read out the Rolling Stone article in this show, but it doesn't matter because the video, the 27-minute video, is basically the Rolling Stone article, isn't it? It's Rolling Stone going through the things that were said in the 27-minute video. Now, I'm not sure just how well we're going to be able to hear it, but first of all, I want to listen to Joe's take on Brigitte. I personally think Joe's had a bit of a climb down when it comes to Brigitte. I think he's giving us his opinions. We're just fans, opinions. We're not experts. We're not researchers. But he's giving his opinion on Brigitte, I think, too soon. He's very much leaning with Brigitte. I just think, don't forget, I'm completely anti-Priscilla. Yeah, I'm not in any way on Priscilla's side. But I am trying to analyse this impartially. Was Priscilla ripped off? Was she taken advantage of? Or did Priscilla how can I say it? Did Priscilla make a mistake? Did she like mess up because she didn't understand it? Or was Priscilla fully aware and fully understand? Did she fully understand what she was signing? I personally don't think she did. And even with this lawyer, the way that lawyer is used is, to me, is very wrong. Is very wrong. She shouldn't have been acting for both of them. She shouldn't have. I know that she was put there for Priscilla, but she was acting for both of them. Yeah, it clearly says that in the Rolling Stone article. So even that, it's very dodgy, guys. Come on, we must know that. Yeah, but I understand, Linda, but it's also how you interpret it, isn't it? It's also how you interpret it. You see it from your point of view. I see it from a different point of view. What is that? I'm live, but I'm going to the beach today around 1 o'clock. If you want to come, I'm going with the little kids to the beach up here around 1ish. With the kids. I'm gonna go. Just yeah. So I want to finish this live. I'll call you back. So when Priscilla said I don't like to read this stuff, the lawyer should have said you need to read this, and I will go over it with you, or you need to, or you need your own attorney. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? Just that comment alone, Linda, is me saying to you why I'm not keen on Joe's Finn's outlook on it. Yeah, just that one comment alone. I'm not having a go at Joe. I love Joe. We're looking at different people's points of views. Okay. So in my opinion, they both knew what they were doing, but that's my opinion. No one has to agree. Yeah, Pat. I say this. That is another opinion. Yeah. So they both knew exactly what they were doing. There's one opinion. We've got Brigitte Kruse ripped off Priscilla. That's another opinion. So we've got they're both just in it to make loads of money and it went wrong. We've also got that Priscilla had no idea what she was doing and was duped and tricked and conned into it. There's so many different versions of how things play out. Joe's opinion to me was very much that he obviously doesn't like Priscilla, nor do I. Yeah. And again, because he doesn't like Priscilla, I think his views are tainted on Brigitte. This is the problem we had yesterday. That because people don't like Priscilla, including me, because I don't like her, if they're not making an unbiased point of view. So with Pat, I think Pat's opinion is very biased because she doesn't like Priscilla. Now, I mean that with respect. I don't mean that to be rude. Yeah. So I'm looking for the people that are giving opinions that have nothing to do with Priscilla and Brigitte. It's just they're looking at the facts and they're going, right, what is right and wrong? Who is in the wrong here? Who has made mistakes? Now, a big standout thing as another response to Pat's comment is, well, if they both knew what they were doing, then why is this all happening? It's clearly obvious. Priscilla regrets it. Either changed her mind or didn't understand what she was signing until after. And in hindsight, she's like, oh my God, what have I done? Oh my God, I've made a massive mistake. Yeah. So I can't wait to watch Rhonda's show. She's not going to be on Bridget's side. There's just no way I'm going to break it down. Yes, I agree with that. Remember, Nancy, Rhonda doesn't like Bridget. Now, I'm not. Obviously, I'm taking a liberty by saying that. But when I listen to Rhonda, I love Rhonda. Presley Mania is great. Brilliant show. Highly recommend it. She will break it down in a very professional way. Yeah. But she don't like Bridget. Yeah. I can tell the ones that don't like Bridget. So that does have an effect. That does have an effect. She also doesn't like Priscilla. So because she doesn't like both of them, it's probably going to be closer to the truth. Yeah. So that's just me being honest with you guys. I agree Priscilla seems duped, but my biggest issue is the lawyer should have said, I won't be part of this because you just admitted to me on tape that you didn't read it. I agree. The lawyer should also be in trouble. The lawyer has done something wrong, in my opinion. Yeah. That's like conflict of interest big time. It shouldn't have even been allowed to happen. So that wasn't Priscilla's lawyer. That was someone there on behalf of Brigitte. Now, Brigitte will say it's Priscilla's lawyer, but it ain't. It's someone Brigitte appointed on behalf of Brigitte to act for Priscilla. And they even give an excuse why. They even say why that was allowed to happen. They give their reason that the contracts had been agreed beforehand. Yeah. So, in my opinion, they both should be accountable. Like I said, I'm confused and it's a huge mess. Yeah. I was told her what she was signing, so I'm confused how she was duped. Yeah, but again, Missy, again, if you're going to be a Priscilla hater and give a view, it's hard for me to be honest with you. Yeah? So we must understand this. We must understand. This is the bit that I'm really struggling to get across. If you hate Priscilla, you can't see this case properly. You have to be impartial. Yeah? Now, I don't like Priscilla, but I don't hate her. Yeah? I have no love for Brigitte. I have no love for Brigitte, but I think she's a nice she comes across as a nice person. So, yeah, I know. Right, so let's play Joe's video. So what I've done, what is that? Hang on a minute. I can hear my live stream in the... But your tea's there and your biscuit. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. My phone was being weird. Right, so Joe does an interesting show. He's driving, and eventually he lets the viewers know. He asks Brigitte, do you have anything you want to say to the fans? And this is what she says. Obviously, this is read by Joe, yeah? At Rare Hours First. Remember, I'm a big fan of Joe. I'm not trying to fall out with him. I'm a big fan, okay?
Somebody that her kids looked at like a grandma. Who Priscilla really is who you and I know she is. Think of the worst things in the world. Confirmation right there. You think she loves Elvis fans? You think she loves even her own fans? Now, I've been around famous people who like to make fun of those that adore them. I know those type of people, and that's why I say sometimes your heroes can disappoint you.
I completely understand that comment. He's basically saying that behind your back, Priscilla is a completely different person, but in the public eye, she is very gracious and friendly and caring and happy, and you know what I mean? Yeah. So let's keep going.
And I believe that if Priscilla's fans knew who Priscilla was, it would be like, what's that, the Salem witch trials? Oh boy, Priscilla she'd be at the center of that, and there would be hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, or I don't know whether she's got more fans than 10 or 15, but I'm assuming she probably has a couple hundred here and a couple hundred there, but they would be all there ready to persecute, let's just say. I don't want to get too, but anyways, I'm going to share how an effective.
So just so you know, it's very clear Joe doesn't like Priscilla, nor do I. Guys, me and Joe are the same. Yeah, I don't hate her, but I don't like her. Because the reason I don't like her is because I'm disgusted about the way she's treated Elvis, Lisa, and the Bloodline. Yeah, even Riley, Finney, and Harper. I don't like how she's treated them. So I'm with Joe. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. I'm going to do it every week. Right. So now he asked Brigitte to give her views. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
The businesswoman runs her life. People that she considers important enough to respond back, she gets to it. And I did let her know that I certainly hope that this helps the case turn towards her. And I asked her if she had any message for y'all. Okay. And this was her response.
So remember, Joe is obviously in contact with Brigitte. Brigitte obviously reaches out to other people, not just me. And then he asked her, do you have a message for the fans, for the Elvis fans?
She sent me back. I just want people to watch the full video, which is down in the lower part of the story. All you have to do is type in Rolling Stone Priscilla Brigitte Kruse, and you're going to find this article, and you're going to find the video, which is down in the lower part of the story. The entire thing just breaks my heart. Everything I ever did was at her request, and because I loved her like a mother.
So, couple of things. Everything I did was at her request. I loved her like a mother. I keep saying this, that Brigitte hero worships Priscilla. She does. She puts her up here on a pedestal because of who she is, because of who she married, because of the life she's lived, Gracelands and all that. Yeah, we don't hero worship Priscilla. I don't. I'm disgusted with Priscilla's behavior. So then I think Missy has just mentioned, but on the flip side, we do really believe that it wasn't discussed. Do you really believe that it wasn't discussed prior to signing? The BK never mentioned any of it to her. That BK never mentioned any of it to her. Then just put it to her. No, obviously, this has been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe even months. There was a lot of work that went on behind the scenes with these contracts. It's obvious. But you can be talked into things, Guy. You can be talked into things with the right people. It's so obvious that Priscilla massively regretted this. Just the fact that she regretted it and is trying to get out of it, trying to undo the damage she's done, shows something ain't right. That's all I need to know. So Brigitte, Linda says, Brigitte worked for Priscilla then over the years, and she was concerned for Priscilla's welfare. Remember that this was during the Priscilla movie. Now, I will say this. Before Brigitte and Priscilla fell out, shit happened, When I say shit happened, I mean stuff concerning Elvis, Lisa, Riley, Finley, Harper was happening, stuff that affects them, that has massively affected Lisa, before they fell out, stuff that we wouldn't be happy with, yeah? So that worries me. Brigitte has been involved. Allegedly, this whole show is for entertainment purposes, just opinions. Stuff has gone on that I've been saying this again and again. Like, this is why I tried to warn another YouTube channel. Stuff has gone on that we, the fans, would not be happy with. We see this from the point of view of fans, yeah? Have a look. Yeah, well, that's a good point, Linda. Why does it mean so much to Brigitte that we, the Elvis fans, are involved in the process? I have no idea. She says she is an Elvis fan. She says she still loves Priscilla. Why she wants the Elvis fans, small channels like me, because I'm a tiny channel. Joe's channel is much bigger than mine. She seems to want a certain level of Elvis channels involved in this process. I have no idea why.
Some people can fool you. Like I said, she was fooled by Priscilla. My children even looked to her as a grandmother figure. I would never do anything to hurt anyone. I know I'm a nobody, and she is famous. And I'm learning the hard way that sometimes when people...
Hang on. Brigitte isn't a nobody. She runs a massive auction company. She has celebrity status in some circles. She's a very wealthy woman. She's had a lot of success. I don't hold that against her, but she is not a nobody.
Need your help. It's best just to wish them well and to walk away. So I don't know, and there's more to this conversation. I'm just going to look to scroll up here. It's just so heartbreaking. Y'all have been around somebody that's completely fooled you, right? I know we all have. I know in my lifetime I have as well. Even if sometimes you have that little radar going off that this person's a bad person or this person's not good for you or this person. So sorry, I had to step away real quick. But like I said, I think that once again, I think a lot of you subscribers, and I'm always very honest about my intentions. I know half of y'all don't like Brigitte, or at least a great deal, because she did help Priscilla. And so when I said that to Brigitte, this was her response. And I love that Brigitte is very open. She's always been open and honest and forthright with me. She hasn't tried to hold anything back. She has in phone conversations said, "Hey, this is something that between you and me." Okay, and I'm all about that. If somebody trusts me, if they trust me with the conversations, that until they tell me that I can let it loose, the details of it, I'm not going to. I mean, I want to be able to sleep at night. But essentially, Brigitte said this. What she said was, I didn't help Priscilla with perusing her granddaughter.
So this is important, this little section here, okay, guys? Yeah, we know Joe's a good guy and that he's you can trust him. We know that. Let's listen to Brigitte's comment.
Let it loose, the details of it. I'm not going to. I mean, I want to be able to sleep at night. But essentially, Brigitte said this. What she said was, I didn't help Priscilla with perusing her granddaughters right after Lisa passed. For the record, it was me and my team that solidified an attorney to protect the twins' interests after Lisa passed.
Now remember, Brigitte's point of view, that they solidified an agreement with Riley to protect the twins' interests, concerning the insurance policy or something. That is, to me, is an admission that her and Priscilla, behind the scenes, were trying to get money big time, and she was using Brigitte. Priscilla was using Brigitte. This is what I've always said to the other YouTube channel. All right, it's just up there, mate. This is what I've always said to the other YouTube channel, and that is, be careful with Brigitte, because stuff happened with Priscilla and Brigitte before they fell out. This is an admission. Brigitte words it in a very nice way. Oh, we tried to secure the future of the twins, with Riley. Nah, we tried to get more money because Priscilla and Riley were arguing after Lisa died because Priscilla contested Lisa's wishes after she died. So no, you weren't being the big savior. You were trying to help Priscilla get more money, get a better deal from Riley. You would have been paid handsomely. You would have got some kind of payment, commission, whatever it is, for helping Priscilla. You're a bit cool. All right, you get the other one then. Here's one here. Woo! Oh shit! See if it's working. Sorry. It should be all right. Anyway, so do you get what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, and I think. All right, you'll be all right. But coincidentally, it looks all right. It's working. Coincidentally, Missy just said a comment. Where is it? Has it gone? They're all shooting by. About, where is it? I just saw a comment that Missy said. Right, here we go. Brigitte Kruse if Brigitte Kruse is trustworthy, then why did she try to hurt Riley, all the secrets, and the grandchildren? Yeah. Isn't her beef with Priscilla? So the point I'm trying to make, guys, is Brigitte sees it as, I was saving the day, helping Priscilla, helping Riley, saving the future of the twins. Nah, you were trying to make money. Someone's trying to make money. Someone's trying to ring. I'm going to tell her I'll call you back. I know, don't worry. Tina, just turn that down, please. Okay, right. So let's keep playing it.
We always wanted the family to remain close and be a unit. I have thousands of texts and emails that prove that. Anything that happens or choices that were made was all Priscilla.
So, now, remember, each individual human being will see things from their point of view. This is very much Bridget's point of view, her truth, not the truth, her truth. Yeah, let's keep going.
Also, if Priscilla feels that we interfered, then she can simply give the money back to her granddaughters, and Navarone can give back the $2.3 million he got. This will also come out. If it weren't for me and Kevin Fialco, the girls would have never received the $25 million life insurance money. Lisa was going to cash that in right before she passed. And everything, and I'll talk to that and respond to that in just a moment. Everything we have ever done was to keep the family close and protect them. So here's something that when you have money, you can essentially protect it. Kind of a tax shelter in a life insurance policy. And I know this because I've sold life insurance before, and I was licensed. What Lisa probably did was she probably had a policy that either gained value or had a cash out value to it. And Lisa was struggling financially. We all know this. That's why there was a little bit of, not suspicion, but fear that maybe she had taken part a little bit or somehow maybe she had been part of the getting a loan on Graceland and defaulting. Okay.
Right. I mean, that we're going to go into a whole different tangent there. All of that is fascinating. We've done live streams on it, but that's a different topic. So my feeling after watching Joe's show, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find all of it. My feeling was very much that Joe is starting to see Bridget's point of view, but I think he feels that way based on the fact that he hates Priscilla. Yeah. And Joe, if you're not happy with what I've just said, that's just how it came across to me. My opinion on Joe's video is that it's too early days. We need to learn more about things. We need to learn more facts. We need to understand what really has gone on here. I think they're both in the wrong. And I think, as Pat has said, they both have their hand in the cookie jar. So, so I love Joe. Please subscribe to him. He's a great channel. Right. So now let's see if we can, where are we? Let's get the video up. Now, the problem is it's 27 minutes long. I don't want to just sit here for 27 minutes listening to that video. So what we're going to do is play some bits of it. Yeah. So let's have a look. I've stored it on my channel. It should come up.
Welcome.
Hang on a minute. We're just going to play it. Some bits of it you've already seen. Okay. Now, let's see if I can turn it up a bit.
Priscilla Presley, and we are in the process of signing some estate planning documents, and I'm going to ask Ms. Presley a few questions. We all know who you are, but state your name for me.
My name is Priscilla Presley, and I'm here with Lynn, and we're going over some documents.
Ms. Presley, has anyone tried to twist your arm or in any way unduly influencing you into making any decisions that we're going to have you sign off on today?
No, not at all.
And you have selected Brigitte, Angela Kruse, and Barbara Iverson to be your successor co-trustees, and also Brigitte to be your power of attorney. Is that your decision?
Yes, it is.
And can you tell me why you selected those two?
Because I trust them very I believe in him and I trust him and I know a lot about my business.
So I'm going to try and keep my comments quite short so we can listen to this, because I am also going to read the Rolling Stone article again later or tomorrow as well on a live stream so we can discuss it. Okay. So to me, we're told by Brigitte Kruse that this lady is Priscilla's lawyer, but she isn't. She isn't. She's been appointed to act on behalf of both of them. She's also been appointed to act on behalf of Priscilla. Priscilla and this lady do not have a close relationship.
And you've known both of them for a long time?
Yes, I have.
In fact, is it Barbie your cousin?
She is.
Okay. And you've known Brigitte for many years?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Would you like anyone else in the room with you when you sign? Obviously, for the record, we have Paige Winkler, who is videotaping this. We have Mary Brackey from my law office, and we have Christopher Atkinson from my office to witness. Is there anyone else that you would like to be in the room?
So remember, that lawyer has 2 of her own staff in that room, as well as Brigitte Kruse. So that lawyer, because to me, she's working for Brigitte, I don't care what anyone says, has 3 people in the room with her. Priscilla is on her own. On her own. No one to represent her. Brigitte will tell us that that lady is there for Priscilla. She ain't. She is not. That lady, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, is there to make sure she signs that contract. Those contracts. There were many contracts.
Why you sign these documents?
Probably Bridget.
Bridget? Okay. Mary, would you go get Bridget?
Sure.
Did you get lunch?
Yes.
How was the food last night?
It was great. It was really good, yeah. It was actually quite a fun evening. It really was.
Was there a good crowd?
It was packed.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was
Was it your first time?
Yes. Yeah, we sat at a table with chocolate and beautiful wine, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was very entertaining.
Well, I'm not surprised that he was entertaining.
She'll be here in a minute. I got to meet his family. I got to meet
good.
everyone. That was
Good.
really nice.
Good. I saw a photo that Brigitte shared with me of she and Melania and President Trump.
Yes. Yeah. She's actually lovely. Melania.
She's always looked that way.
Lovely. I mean,
Like she might also be a voice of reason.
she is.
As I tell you, this tape is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I can say that Melania is the voice of reason.
Yes. Yeah.
So, also in the room with me and my staff is Brigitte Kruse, who Miss Presley asked for.
As a witness.
Hi, Miss Presley.
It's so sweet.
The first thing I'm going to ask you to sign, and it's a letter from my office. It basically is a letter to you, Brigitte Kruse, and Kevin Fialco, indicating that while I have prepared certain LLC documents for the 3 of you, I am also at the same time preparing certain estate documents for you.
Don't you hear this, guys? For the 3 of you. For the 3 of you. Remember, one solicitor is doing this. Where is Priscilla's lawyer? Where is she? I know that we are told that she is, but I think something ain't right in this, guys.
The document that protects me, so all 3 of y'all know I've got the hat on where I've done the LLCs, but I'm representing you personally. So nothing is in conflict.
Thank you.
So she said, but I'm representing you personally. Nothing is in conflict. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She is also there on behalf of Brigitte with 2 of her staff, and Brigitte is with her as well.
So I will need your signature where indicated right there.
All right.
And we'll date and witness and all that when we're done.
Okay.
Thank you. And then I'm going to give those originals to you. The second document that I'm having you sign is a document that is prepared strictly and confidentially between you and Brigitte Kruse. It is a document that brought into business the Priscilla Presley Partners LLC, and it has to do with this company now will manage your name, image, and likeness. And it is very private and confidential, so I'm going to have you sign that first so I can put that away.
All right.
So, don't forget she's signing away her name, image, and likeness. The name Priscilla.
So I will need you to sign right here. Thank you.
Do I get copies of these?
Yes, ma'am. Once we have, there's only one set of originals because I don't want there to be more than one. They will go back with me today. I will be in charge of the chain of custody of this. Once they're all signed, including we still have to get Barbara's signature, you will get a complete set.
Okay, sounds good.
Other than that, my understanding is that Brigitte and Barbara will get a set as your backups, and Brigitte as your trustee, power of attorney.
So, guys, I don't have long, so we have to let this play out. I'm only going to play half of it, if that, because we've only got 15 minutes left. So I'm just going to keep playing it. I am reading your comments, okay, guys?
And one more right here.
Miss Priscilla, Barb and I were discussing getting a safety deposit box for the original, just for the trustee paperwork.
Okay.
That way she and I always
Okay,
have
perfect.
it together. I'll
Oh,
call
what
her.
am I doing? Oh my God.
What do you do?
I put Priscilla Beaulieu Presley.
That's okay. You're the
Is that
same
okay?
person. People do that all the time.
I
I'm
usually,
Lynn Walker,
do that
right?
as
But
well.
sometimes I sign Lynn Walker.
That's funny. So she accidentally signed it Priscilla Beaulieu Presley.
Usually I do put Priscilla Beaulieu Presley.
Well, so many of your documents say that.
Yeah.
All right, that can go right back into my briefcase, please.
In your briefcase?
Yes.
Instead of
Okay, this is your power of attorney that you're giving to Brigitte, and that means that she can manage your business affairs when you can't. This means that she can do your banking for you. This means that she can speak to, business persons for you. This is what she will have. This is what Barry had. This is what she will have to take care of your business. It is good during your lifetime. It's not good upon your death. You can revoke it if you choose to, just like you were signing something revoking Barry's.
So, Linda, remember, this is crucial to what you were saying to me earlier. Look at the power this woman had. Once Priscilla signed these documents, look at the power that Brigitte was going to have.
And that even if you needed, if you were unable to conduct your affairs because of illness, that would be something that you are entrusting to this lady right here. Okay?
Now, remember, we know that in Priscilla's case, in her disclosure, that Brigitte did take money out of Priscilla's bank account, transferred money out of Priscilla's bank account in the tune of hundreds of thousands of pounds.
See that one? I put everything in that one.
I don't like thinking about this stuff.
No, nobody's getting copies of anything.
No, I just
The originals will go in a safety deposit box.
don't like thinking about that stuff.
She didn't like thinking about stuff like
Oh.
this. I don't either.
I definitely don't think this was only going to happen if she was incapacitated. I don't think that, Linda. I fully disagree with you.
Neither do I.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that makes way more sense.
Sure.
We have to take care of things like this.
That makes way more sense.
Can you imagine if I didn't do it?
Exactly. Oh,
It's worse.
Lord.
This is a healthcare
Think of it
surrogate.
as a good thing.
It is.
What-
Thank you.
What this means is if you have to go to the hospital, if you need someone to make decisions or talk to the doctors for you, and you're unable to do it yourself, you pick Brigitte first, and if Brigitte were out of the country or something, Barbara would be second.
Yes.
So this bit is if Priscilla became incapacitated, then there's another thing to sign here.
There you go. See, on these, you put the middle name. Mary put the full name down when she typed
I
this.
like that middle
I
name.
did too.
Exactly.
It sounds so money. Not that you don't, but I don't know about the Presley name back in the day. Before, that sounds really.
No, I see it like this. Brigitte is buying Priscilla. She's buying Priscilla, and she's tying up all the loose ends. This is loose ends. Brigitte was running Priscilla's life. You know, Linda, you've got your views. We can go around in circles on it all day. Brigitte was buying Priscilla, and once these contracts were signed, Brigitte was running Priscilla's life. That's what was happening here, guys.
And I'll always work with Navarone
on the last one.
On that.
No, that's for the notary.
Oh, okay.
And Ms.
Somebody got
Priscilla,
sticker
I
package.
was just gonna say,
Do we need
with
any
that,
of the phone
I will
to fill in or
always
anything?
be hand in
No,
hand with
I'm
Navarone.
going to do that
Always.
here.
You what?
With Navarone, I'll always be hand in hand. If anything ever happens,
Yeah.
So that's the other thing I picked up on, that they're using Navarone as a tool, as a lever, as leverage. Brigitte is like, oh yes, I'm always going to make sure Navarone's looked after. Even after you die, I will always look after Navarone. How do the fans feel about that? Just that alone, that statement alone. But this is a big part of the reason, in my opinion, why Priscilla signed these documents, these contracts. Because she's thinking, oh, they're going to look after Navarone. Remember, Priscilla worships Navarone, yeah? So even that is all part of what's happening here, guys.
Yeah.
my thing is I just want to be there for
Yes.
him.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
This is the residential lease that you are signing with Mike Sislin,
Yeah.
and it is for the address on Newby Street, and it is going to be your Florida address because you are going to be our neighbor
Yes.
in Florida. And if you get another home here, then this will just go away.
Okay. I get it.
And I told him not to charge too much.
Good.
She likes Palm Beach.
Oh,
She likes
course.
Palm Beach.
Right?
Yes, Worth
Sure.
Avenue
I know,
sure.
right? Oh my gosh.
and the ocean.
Isn't part of this also that she was given a home to live in for 5 years, a 5-year lease on a home as well?
But their ocean is kind of smelly down there. It stinks. Like it has like a sulfur smell to it. I don't know what. Yeah.
I like to look at it, but I don't like to be by it. To live by it. I personally.
Says the Chicago gal.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave this. I want a couple of them. The only one I wanted in my briefcase for now. Oh, you'll have to initial each place where it says tenant.
Oh, I think the other
Let
one's
me have these. All out for now.
For
'Cause
initials.
I've got to get some initials.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's
just
the,
do I
initial,
do this too?
initial every page.
these are, it's the front.
Okay.
Even the ones I wrote on? I mean, that I saw.
Yes, just initial
Where
at
it
the
says
bottom.
tenants and.
Yeah.
I'll walk you through it. Okay, I've got to keep this out. This one I want to go away. Put that in my
Okay, so I have to do all these.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's your initials.
See, all of this there should be a lawyer present. There should be a lawyer reading each page, checking they're okay, then saying to Priscilla, okay, sign, okay, sign. That's not what's really happening here. There is a lawyer present. Brigitte has told us she's a lawyer on behalf of Priscilla, but it isn't. It isn't. This is a middle person that I think represents Brigitte more. She's there to make sure this all gets signed off, guys. Yeah. Now, everything I'm saying is just an opinion for entertainment purposes, not a fact. Okay, guys?
God, every page, jeez.
This way it can't be.
This is how
forged.
Florida
Yeah.
does it. They like it. It's initial every page too.
Right.
That's the right way to do it.
This is a funny table to write on.
Yes.
My knee is holding it up.
I did my best. I wasn't exactly planning on this. I'm making do.
What I'm keeping is the things I have to get Mike to sign and Kevin to sign.
See, when I watch this, do you know what I think? I just think, does Priscilla really know how serious this is? That she is literally signing her life away to these people.
sign
Oh.
And the only
Brigitte sign.
thing, Len, you know,
That's
Mike.
the only thing I need to go in the
Mike is
briefcase.
his-
The rest
Right
of
now.
them are gonna stack here.
Okay.
He's always
This is gonna stack
Mike
here.
is like AKA, you know.
And
Do I
So
need
that
to,
they
the
don't-
first ones that I did I have to sign the initials on those?
No,
no, you
that's
did
the
not.
one
You
she
just
said
said you
no.
do have to sign initial on that.
No.
Which page
Well,
is this
because,
one?
I mean, we just write in and then.
This one
and
is
then she
good.
can initial next to it, so maybe we address
You
it
want
now.
this
Can
in
you
here?
let me
No,
know?
because I gotta get Mike's signature
Okay.
in.
Don't forget, there's 4 people here. I'm pretty sure she said 4 people. The solicitor, the lawyer, her 2 associates, and Brigitte Kruse. Priscilla is on her own. On her own. Now remember, I'm not trying to defend Priscilla. I'm trying to show you guys the effects, the ramifications of what's happening here. Because once Brigitte gets power, how does that then affect Elvis's legacy and Riley and Finley and Harper? Before Priscilla and Brigitte fell out, what was going on? Did they damage? Was there damage caused concerning Lisa and Riley and Finley and Harper? You know, there's more to this, guys.
I'll turn them over.
Yeah.
Brigitte has a question for you, Lynn.
Yes.
So you wrote the lease under Mike Sicilian. Well,
Yes.
remember, he's Vahe
I
Sicilian.
have
It is Vahe.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
yes.
Vahe
Because you call him
Sicilian,
Mike.
also
Yeah,
known
I have,
as
I
Mike.
have both, yes.
Thank
I
you.
have the legal name for sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
on
did.
the-
Yeah, so Pat says all in all she signed the documents. Yeah, but millions of people do. Many people get duped and conned and tricked into signing stuff. Many people, Pat. It's not as simple as, oh, because she signed it, tough. That's not how it works.
Yes.
Thank you so
I
much,
need to
Mary. I
initial
appreciate
each one
that.
of these.
Oh, you're like Mike. Oh my gosh.
We have odd forms in Florida.
I just
These
pushed
are
her back and she
yes,
started
these are
wiggling her
special
back,
forms.
her back scratch.
Which this means stuff like if you, they would have the power to make a gift, say to your son, if you were going in a nursing home or something, so that you won't have this problem, but you wouldn't have to pay the nursing home. That's, I mean, we have really easy tax laws here,
Yeah.
but that's what this is about. If this is not specifically initialed, then the courts or whoever would say you want your power of attorney person to be able to exercise these life rights. I did it for my own parents.
Okay.
But you know, why is this lawyer explaining that to Priscilla now? Yeah, this should have all been gone through over and over again over the weeks leading up to this signing. But she's just given her some information there that she should have already known. Priscilla should have already known that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I think you missed a page.
I think you got that one.
You sure?
Yeah,
The
you
other
got it.
one?
That one might not have the initials on it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
All right, these little ones here and that one.
So, Linda, you're hell-bent on trying to get your point across. But remember what we're doing here. This isn't just about you trying to prove the whole power of attorney thing. We are trying to give an overview of what is happening here. You know, to me, I think this is a bit of an injustice. I think there's something very wrong in all of this.
And I think there's one more, 2 more initials. Just one. There you go, just initials on that one.
Yeah, Mystic Werewolf, they do it for the money. They do it for the money. And the thing is, it is true. They do it for the money. This is all money, 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 money. Priscilla thought she was going to make loads. Brigitte thought she was going to make loads. Even the lawyer thinks she's going to make loads. They do it for the money.
One. And you sign that one, but initial, please. And just initial there. Thank you. That's for me to sign as your vote. There you go. One more set of initials that I missed the first time.
Okay. Right
Or
here,
any-
right?
Yeah, anywhere in the back, at the bottom is fine. Each page.
God, it's hot in here. Whew.
I can fix that.
You're always cold.
Well, you're never home.
You're always cold. So.
We can do it in this one.
Yes, I'm. You think I need glasses?
It was so funny.
So I know it's Caroline's joined us. Caroline, just want you to know, I watched Joe's show as well. Did you get the feeling what I got, that Joe is very much giving in to Bridget's, is seeing everything from Bridget's point of view and believes everything Bridget has said? This is the impression I got.
This stuff is too small for me.
No,
I'm gonna
that's
use
for a
it
doctor. This is the healthcare surrogate. That's if somebody gave that to your doctor. We don't give them to the doctor, so you never know what doctor you'll go to if you get in an accident or whatever.
That's true, yeah.
It's right there. Yep, you got it. You see better not do. And right there. One more initial. Thank you. Oh, we're at least halfway done. This is the virtual recollections that you're doing with Kevin and with Brigitte.
Yes.
And I only need your signature right there. No initials on that one. That should be it. How are the knees holding up?
That's good. That's fine.
This one stays out too?
Yes, I gotta get Kevin's signature and Brigitte's. This is the recollections that you're doing with Kevin and Brigitte. And you sign right there.
So guys, I want to try and let this play out. So I'm going to go forward. I have to get off at 11. There's 12 minutes left. So I'm just going to push it forward a little bit.
11:30-ish, yeah, 11:30. They were plugging today. They were moving so fast.
I got in touch with Mike when I saw it was 80 cars had gone through and it was only 11
As soon
o'clock.
as I put
And
on
we
this morning,
started-
I went,
This is your revoking
whoa,
Barry.
it's going
Getting
fast.
rid of him.
Yes.
I'm there with happiness.
Joe.
Emily, you say it all looks above board to you, but no, because half of what she's signing, she doesn't even know what it is.
Can I put a smiley face?
I think we can see it. That goes with me.
What, Karen, Carolyn, even that's not fair, because if the information that is being given to Priscilla is being twisted or changed, or if she's been coerced, or if like they're using Navarone as leverage, if it's not fair to just say that, yeah. This was very, very, very complicated documents that literally was selling her life, Priscilla, yeah. And there's 4 people there on behalf of Brigitte, yeah. Priscilla's completely on her own, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not a Priscilla fan, but there's something very wrong in this, yeah. So, Carolyn, I don't agree with you.
This is the change of ownership form on Flamingo, basically, which takes Barry Siegel's name off as trustee and puts Brigitte's name in.
I do, yeah, Carolyn, I do agree that she's so desperate, probably in financial trouble, facing bankruptcy, that she's just trying to get out of a deep hole. Yeah, she's trying to get out of a hole she's about to fall into. She thinks this is going to save the day, but then she very quickly realizes it was a massive mistake, and from her point of view, she feels that she's been conned and ripped off.
As your trustee, this is something I think only Brigitte signs. Let's make sure.
Yes, Emily says surely her lawyer would have read the documents. Doesn't seem that way, because almost everything she's signing, she has to have it explained to her.
Yes, it's in this pile.
Great.
Yeah, so Karen says she looks like she was desperate and jumped in. And that's how I see it as well.
I have a pile
There's
too.
the change of trustee been signed. That's for
Yeah, Nancy, I know how you feel.
Brigitte to sign again. And she signs that. The name change. Okay. I'm a little
What's the
upside
name
down.
change?
From Barry
Oh, yes.
to Brigitte.
Okay.
So she gets information on that, instead of Barry getting it and never sharing it with
That's
you.
right. Yes.
That's what this is about. This is a certification of trust for the Flamingo Trust. Again, most of this is to get rid of Barry Siegel. I did not prepare this, but your California lawyers did.
Yeah, so I didn't even know Barry Siegel was still in this process. Don't forget, Barry Siegel ripped off Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie sued Barry Siegel. Barry Siegel and Priscilla allegedly stole tens of millions from Lisa's fund and invested it in the American Idol business venture. So just the fact that Barry Siegel comes up in all this is strange to me. Did Lisa Marie know that Priscilla was still in business with Barry?
This came from RJS.
Okay.
Sam and Ronnie and their
You'll
team.
need to sign this. Yeah. I worked with Sam in Amando's. Sam.
Imhost, yeah.
Imhost.
A great, I mean,
And I've worked with Brian
Aren't they great?
Malloy the whole time. I was on the phone with them again last night at 10 o'clock. Right there.
Have you had a good experience with them, Lynn?
Yeah.
I know we have.
Yeah.
They've been great.
No, they have been.
They've been good.
Good. No, and they care about her so much. They've been so gracious, especially with their charging. It's been unbelievable how kind. And do we have a stack for Ivy that she will need to sign?
Yes, after I get everything back to the office,
Copied and everything?
then I'll get everything copied and notarized. I'm not going to waste all your time for everybody to know
No,
we're going to do that.
Thank you.
I will then deliver to you what Ivy's to sign,
And
or
I can
unless you tell me that
execute.
goes
That's
to
perfect.
you, or however you tell me to
You
get
can
it to
just
Ivy.
send it directly to Miss P.
Okay, then
I
that's
think
what I'll
that
do.
makes most sense, right?
So a lot of stuff is happening and Priscilla has really nothing to do with it. They go off with all the paperwork, all the stuff that's been signed, and formulate it. And I don't like it, guys. I think I don't want to say it, but I think Priscilla sold her life. Now, we are here for Elvis, as Elvis fans, Elvis, Lisa, and the Bloodline. So some of us may go, oh, well, tough, innit? You know, we don't like Priscilla, so tough. But I still see this as, it feels very uncomfortable to me. You're going to have another YouTube channel, who I won't watch, try and act as if all of this is great and they're all trying to help Priscilla and they were all trying to help Riley and Finley and Harper and this was done for the good of the twins' future. I ain't falling for it. But let's see how it plays out, yeah?
Oh,
That was a little bit of a joke.
It's for Beaver and Barbara to sign that one. That goes over here.
Initial.
That's for me.
But I love that
That's
you're
for
catching
them to
those
sign.
lines, Pepe. Wow.
No, she needs. I told her she has
knows
a job
what
in the
she's
law
doing.
office.
She sure does.
She gets bored of being a celebrity. Okay, these are tax forms which allows your guys, and I know it's not bad news, it's good news. They can negotiate. They're going to be good at that.
Okay, good.
But that's what it allows them to talk to the IRS to negotiate all this. I didn't know, we didn't know, she didn't know. and
Nobody
it'll be
knew.
$5 a month.
Okay.
So I need you to sign right there.
Right here.
Yes.
So just a couple of minutes left, guys. So what can we say? Yeah, I'm going to read through the Rolling Stones article. It's very much what we've watched in writing. So the Rolling Stone article just talks you through this video, really. Gives you a brief introduction to the lawsuits, and gives you where we are, brings you up to date with the lawsuits. Mentions a few other things. It's a pretty good article, mind. I definitely recommend people read it. It's a quick way of learning everything you need to understand. The bottom line is, Brigitte feels like she was the savior, saving the day, even on behalf of Riley and the twins, guaranteeing their future. Priscilla was in the shit and thought, oh, this is going to sort everything out. This is going to fix everything. But then after she signed everything in dodgy circumstances, I think, she massively regrets it, does a massive U-turn, changes her mind on all of it. And this is why we're in the mess we're in today.
I have a doctor client that owes $4 million now to
to the
4 million? More than 100 million?
That's a lot of millions.
Oh, sorry, it's like 900 million.
Are you gonna date this? Sure.
Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna date them, I'm gonna notarize them, and I'm gonna witness them. And he's owed that now for 22 years, and still nobody's knocked on his door.
Wow.
So I wouldn't be too worried.
Isn't that a head up?
Yeah, but they've got to do something about it. I mean, you got it or you don't, and try to negotiate some kind of. I'm glad I'm not a
RJS
tax
is
lawyer.
going to be great at that, and they are tax attorneys, so they'll
Yep,
do the
they're
best they
very,
can.
very big tax attorneys. That's all Sam does, I think. Tax.
Yeah, that's all I
And
do.
he's also a
Let me
professor.
just
Yep.
say
At
goodbye
the
to everyone.
university, he sure is.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Good
guys.
case.
Right,
We're getting to the end. Right there. That is another tax form to give Sam authority.
This is the franchise tax board for the state, and one is federal.
Right. Those are Kevin's things.
And this one, do you have to put a title on there?
No, I
No?
will.
Okay.
They'll put a title on there.
All right.
Okay, this goes in the briefcase.
Okay.
Okay. I have to get some other people's signatures. I believe your signatures are done, but you wanted to speak to Brigitte about this. That you pointed out and you wanted to talk to her about that. Would you like me to leave the room while y'all discuss that
Please.
right now? I'm happy to.
Do I leave the camera on or off?
No, we don't need to
Done.
turn the camera on.
Thank you.
And these papers,
That's-
you want to hold on to them while we...
okay. So, yeah, fascinating, interesting. Definitely a fly on the wall type thing going on there. I just want a couple of comments you said before I go. So Pat, you know, she just wants it all to go away so that we can get on with defending Elvis. Remember, we have done a lot of topics this week. We defend Elvis all the time. Yeah. This is just one of our topics. The Brigitte Kruse, Priscilla is just one topic. Yeah. The other day we were doing the Smiths. We've done Linda Thompson. We've done Ginger Alden. You know, we've been doing a lot of topics. This is just one topic. So let's not act like we do this every day, 7 days a week forever. This is the topic we're doing now. Brigitte Kruse, Priscilla. And then we move on to the next topic. So yes, we do defend Elvis with different topics nearly every day. Right. Let me just, so I want to read Carolyn's comment. So Carolyn says she's perfectly mentally capable of traveling and speaking, and there is no proof that she is mentally incapable. I agree. She seems pretty normal there. I'm not going to ignore her age. She's 80. Well, there she's 77 or something, but that does have an effect. But I agree. She seems very capable. Very capable, yeah. What was the other comment? Yeah, there we are. Another comment from Carolyn. You're right. Her backing out of these contracts is something you can't just do. Because if you do that, there's consequences. Yeah? Do we agree with that? She signed those contracts. She has to honor them. If she doesn't want to honor them, she faces legal action, which is why she's in a lawsuit. So, yeah, consequences to pulling out, to changing her mind, 100%. And the other thing is that Carolyn mentions, yeah, she should have done her homework before she signed those contracts. Priscilla should have gone through each and every one of those documents with a lawyer before she signed them. You do get the feeling when you watch Priscilla signing everything that she doesn't really know what she's signing. Even the person that sat with her that's supposed to be acting on her behalf is also really there for Brigitte as well. So that is a bit iffy. And I don't think she explains things very clearly as well. This lawyer, I think that lawyer really has made some mistakes, has breached some of her own rules. This is just an opinion, guys. Yeah, India, you have a point. There's much more to this. You have a good point. Come on, guys. Haven't any of you ever signed something and regretted it? Yeah? Come on, we've all done that, haven't we? Haven't we all signed something, not read it properly, and wished that we had, and then afterwards we got to face the music and deal with it? Let's have a look. Riley and the twins safely got Graceland. Nothing that's happened to Priscilla affects them or their control, so I'm not bothered. Yeah, it's true. It's all been done and dealt with. Yeah, I agree. That once the agreement was done with Riley, you know, the $1 million and all that kind of stuff, and Priscilla was out the picture except for having a yearly fee, whatever it is, that did get rid of Priscilla. It did. Obviously, the fans are not happy about the possibility of Priscilla being buried in the meditation garden. So, yeah, Priscilla really is out of the picture, and Brigitte Kruse will take credit for that. Brigitte Kruse will say, me and Priscilla wanted to preserve the future of Riley and the twins, so we were trying to help. She brings up the insurance policy, yeah, and the trust, things like that. And Brigitte will say, I saved the day. I just wanted to help Priscilla. I saved the day. That's how Brigitte will see it. Well, Missy, I don't agree. It does matter. It does matter. If someone has been conned or tricked or ripped off or coerced, or if someone has gone into something blind, it does matter, because you keep making it about Priscilla. I don't. This to me isn't about Priscilla. You know my feelings about Priscilla. I expose Priscilla every day. I'm completely against Priscilla. I don't like her. But something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. So my views are not based on hating Priscilla. They're based on, right, there's two people here signing contracts, big contracts that are life-changing. Priscilla is literally selling her life to Brigitte. Was there wrongdoing? Was there wrongdoing? That is the point here. Forget Priscilla. Take her out of the scenario. Two grown adults. One of them very wealthy, very famous. The other one is an auctioneer, yeah, who is a businesswoman. What are they all up to? And ultimately, they are all trying to make money. This has always been about money. Yeah, that's probably your best comment, Missy. I think you're probably right there. Missy, I actually agree with that comment. India, I don't know how anyone could not sign something without being 100% sure. Many do. Many do. It happens every day. Happens every day. Again, forget it's Priscilla. Two grown adults. See it that way. That's how I see it. Yeah? But remember, guys, I am going to expose Priscilla. Don't forget the wrongdoing of Michael Edwards at the hands of Priscilla towards Lisa Marie. I will expose Priscilla, guys. You will see me here again and again and again exposing Priscilla's wrongdoing. This isn't me being a Priscilla fan. This is me discussing a lawsuit that does affect Riley, Finley and Harper and did affect them before the agreement with Priscilla and Riley. Everything was up in the air, even the possibility of Priscilla being buried next to Elvis. So remember, we defend Lisa Marie, Riley, Finley and Harper. We defend Elvis. So don't get things wrong with me, guys. I will expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. Yeah. So that's it really. Is there anything anyone wants to say before I go? Yeah, I mean, we're going to go around in circles a bit, but Missy, she is one of them, because that's why she's changed her mind and trying to backtrack and trying to undo the damage done. It's so obvious. that Priscilla feels like she effed up. She effed up, yeah? And she didn't realise until after. So that tells you something is very wrong, because it tells you she didn't really know what she was signing. So, no, Missy. She's not a sweet old dementia. She's pampered, spoiled, and mentally sound. That's a problem. No one has said that she's got dementia. No one has said that. You're the first one that has said that on this live stream. But she is old. She is old. She definitely made wrong decisions. She didn't do enough. She didn't look into things properly. She didn't take the time to understand all these contracts, what she was actually signing away. No, Carolyn, no, because many people are very trusting. They're very trusting. There's a few stories I could tell you about people I know that signed things they massively regretted. Even there's something happened to my father concerning a property once, and without going into detail, he regretted it for the rest of his life. Yeah, it affected him till the day he died. So people do make mistakes because they don't put the time in to understand what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean now with the counter abuse, because of the elder abuse thing. Yeah, that's what she's trying to do. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's part of her way of getting out of this. Yeah. No, Carolyn, no, because a lot of people don't look into things before they sign it. We're going around in circles now, aren't we? Yeah. It's happening every day, all the time. People are making silly decisions, then they're regretting it, and it's costing them a fortune to get out of it. Forget Priscilla. Forget Priscilla. Think about a human. I'm interested in the guys. I'll comment later. If she's been duped, it would be the first. It will be a first. This Priscilla. I think there's more to this. Thanks, Kate. I'm surprised Navarone wasn't there looking after his interest. Okay, but the funny thing is, Brigitte was, I think, just my opinion, was using the fact that she was going to make sure Navarone is okay to convince Priscilla to sign those documents. Oh, I'll always look after him. Don't you worry. Even after you're gone, I'll make sure Navarone's okay. Just an opinion, guys, but that was in the video at some point. Yeah, just an opinion. I'm no expert. Yeah, okay, miss, but I've tried to be as impartial on this as possible. Yeah, you all know my views on Priscilla. I've said it a million times. I'm trying to be impartial. I won't be swayed by Brigitte Kruse if just because me and Brigitte Kruse have a nice chat. I won't do that. And a few people have been. Yeah, not me. I will look at the facts and weigh them up and see what I see. Yeah. So to me, as Pat said, they both had their hand in the cookie jar. I'm going to end it at that. So we're going to get on with defending Elvis as well. But I still do want to read the Rolling Stone article. I want to read it with Team Elvis. So it is a bit boring as well. So I'm not sure when I'll do that. Take care, guys. I've got to go. I've got a busy day. We're going to the beach today. We're out all day. So thanks for joining me. I don't mean to upset anyone. I am quite strong-minded. Please don't take things personally. If we don't agree, please don't take things personally. I'm pretty stubborn. If I get my head round something that it's almost impossible to change my mind, don't get upset if we disagree. It's okay that we disagree. I don't take it personally. All of you guys disagreeing with me on certain things, I don't take it personally. I just discuss it and move on. Please don't take it personally. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. See you all soon. Bye, guys.